Good morning class 9. Welcome back to the online classes. So today we start a new chapter, coordinate geometry. So this is the terminology that we are going to discuss today. Cartesian plane, point, axis and ordinate. What is the meaning of these things and representation of a point in a Cartesian plane. Let us first understand what is a Cartesian plane. A European mathematician Descartes, he proposed a system, and according to that system, see, when you talk about number line, simple line, horizontal line, which is a number line, you have represented rational numbers on the number line, integers on the number line. So this is one simple dimension, right? But if we have a horizontal line that represents one of the dimensions, say x, then you have a vertical line perpendicular to it, such that the point of intersection is represented by capital O, that is origin. Now, why this system was introduced? Suppose you see a lizard on the wall, and if you want to explain the position of that particular lizard to someone, how will you explain? You need two particular dimensions, ऊपर या नीचे, up or down. That will be explained by vertical axis. Then to the left side of the wall or to the right side of the wall, it means the movement is horizontal, so you need horizontal axis. So whenever you have to represent an object in a plane, you need Cartesian system of two dimensions, two axes. Okay, so the position of the point can be explained in a better manner with precision, right? So horizontal axis is known as x-axis, vertical axis is known as y-axis. OX, ray OX represents positive x-axis and the ray OX dash represents negative x-axis. Ray OY represents positive y-axis and OY dash, this represents negative y-axis. Okay, now you can have points. Let's say from origin I start to the right side, 1 unit, that is 1. Next, same distance, it is 2, 3, 4 and so on. So on the positive y-axis also 1, 2, 3. On negative you have -1, -2, -3. Negative y-axis -1, -2, -3. Got it? So this system was given by Descartes. That is why we call it as Cartesian system, Cartesian coordinate system. So this plane is a Cartesian plane. Plane, samtal, कोई भी flat surface, it's a plane. Next, a point. Say I have a point here, P. There is a point P. Okay. So from this point P, I drop a perpendicular on x-axis. Children, please pay attention. This is very important to understand. From point P, I drop a perpendicular on x-axis. From point P, I drop a perpendicular on y-axis. Okay. So this distance, now if you see, this is perpendicular, this is perpendicular. X and y axis are definitely perpendicular. So this fourth angle, it will also be 90 degrees because quadrilateral interior angle is 360 degrees. Now this becomes a rectangle. So opposite sides will be equal. What is this length? 3 units. So this length will be equal to 3 units. And this length will be equal to 2 units. Understood? So this perpendicular, it touches the x-axis at some point. What is the value there? 2. So the x-coordinate of the point will be 2. Point is always represented as x and y. Okay, the perpendicular distance of a point from y-axis is 2 units. That is the x-coordinate. Perpendicular distance of P from x-axis is 3 units. ये 3 कहाँ पे आ रहा है? Y-coordinate के ऊपर आ रहा है, right? So the y coordinate is 3. Again I am saying the perpendicular distance of a point from the x-axis will give you the y coordinate of the point, and the perpendicular distance of the point from the y-axis will give you the x coordinate of the point, right? So please understand it. It is very important to understand now, because now you will have coordinate geometry no matter up to what level you take mathematics. You will definitely have this coordinate geometry in higher forms, in higher orders, right? So this is the representation of the point in the Cartesian plane. Now, the x coordinate of any point is called abscissa, and y coordinate of the point is known as ordinate, and every point is represented in the form of an ordered pair x comma y. X represents perpendicular distance from the y-axis and y represents perpendicular distance from the x-axis. This is general representation of the point in a Cartesian plane, right children? So please go through the content that is given in NCERT. We shall explore this topic again in the next class.